my time.
The officers have stopped the anti-Klan demonstrators, at least temporarily, just about 100 yards from the Klan gathering right here to my right. Here, just pan over here, let's just see. The Klan, the skinheads, the other white supremacist groups, masked, some of them carrying bats behind me. On the other side, divided by a thin line of Janesville officers, the anti-Klan rally. One of the white supremacists just arrested, I think, on an assault charge.
What am I being arrested for? Assault.
Arrested was white supremacist Robert Champeau of the America First Committee. He was charged with assault stemming from an earlier attack against an anti-Klan demonstrator. It was also reported that a pregnant woman was injured in that attack. Many of the skinheads about to fight were members of a white supremacist organization called the America First Committee. Some were just high school age. Youth must be taught to hate. Their instructor in this case, Arthur Jones, national chairman of America First.
How dare George Bush give Israel $10 billion?
Jones' hate-filled speech was cut short as the Janesville police moved in and arrested him.
This is what you do when you stand up for your rights. There he is, Geraldo Rivera.
What happened here?
I'm getting arrested for nothing. I give a speech, we ran these scummy reds off, and I get arrested. Well, that's really great. This is how you treat a veteran who fought for this country, right?
Okay, in the car and we'll get him out of here. Do you hear it?
I did absolutely nothing.
Get her out. Get her out.
Listen, hey, listen to American scum!
Move over. Just get him in the car. No cuffs. Just get him the hell out of here, okay?
I've been up here all
In the car.
time.
Get him in there. Come on. Please.
White power!
No, get in the car. Okay, get these squad cars.
Are you guys, those are neat outfits you have on. Are you worried the anti-Klan demonstrators are here?
I have nothing to say to you.
Why was your colleague just arrested? Do you know why your colleague was just arrested?
Off and get out of my face!
Do you have any idea why he was just arrested? Do you know why your colleague was arrested?
Not offhand, I don't.
Are you worried with all these anti-Klan demonstrators here?
Not especially.
How about you? Where are you from?
I'm not supposed to speak to the media.
Excuse me?
Sorry, I'm not supposed to speak to the media.
Where are you guys from?
Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
And what brings you down here?
The white race.
Are you worried that so many of the townspeople have turned out to oppose your being here?
Not at all. These people are bussed in, I understand.
That's where you come from, right?
From out of town, yes, Milwaukee, but...
Why are you carrying these jacks and bats and iron?
To defend ourselves. The police told us we have to protect ourselves, and that's what we're going to do. We're protecting the white race.
White power, that's all I say. White power.
Where are you from?
I'm from Milwaukee.
Why is your face covered?
That's right. Protection of our jobs. Discrimination against the white race. You know it.
Are you worried that so many of the people have turned out against you?
Excuse me?
Are you worried that so many of these people have turned out against you?
Nothing worries us.
Jerry!
You're very lovely.
Hurry up! Get him up here! Our flag is still there. What the hell you white knight? Get up here! White power! These cops are gonna let him right through here now. See here? Get up here!
Peterson, is that you?
How you
That's it. So is this your house, Ken?
Yes, it is.
So has everything turned out to your satisfaction so far?
Well, so far, we've not looked for a violent confrontation, but you see who the animals are and who's inciting the riot. We're here for a peaceful rally and a program of white unity between different organizations. You see who's coming on us.
I noticed quite a few of your colleagues have bats and bars and tire irons, and I see you yourself have a shield and a heavy flashlight.
Well, we're going to protect ourselves. This is our home. These are all my friends that have gathered here. We have a right to be here. These people are inciting to riot. These people are starting the problem. There was no problem until they come down this street.
How many of your colleagues have turned out today?
We have roughly around 100.
And tell me, where have they come from? What groups and from where?
Well, there are different groups here, the Northwest Territorial Knights, our organization, the National Knights, SS of America, White Cause, Dennis Mahon's organization, WAR, the White Knights, and other organizations.
Do you think this will end in violence?
Well, I hope it doesn't. We'll have to see.
Will you go?
We will protect ourselves.
Will you go ahead with that cross burning?
Yes, we will.
Who was arrested and why? The fellow in this gray uniform.
Okay, that was Art Jones, America's First Committee. I have no idea why he was arrested. I can't see what he did. We have no idea as yet.
Do you know your...
I'm not talking to you because you're part Jew and part Spick, and that doesn't really count. You're a piece of shit. Your welcome's about out. You better get out of here.
Or what?
For that.
Having finally lived down the infamous skinhead studio brawl of 4 years ago, the last thing I wanted was another violent confrontation. My assailant had other plans. He interrupted my reporting, insulted my race and religion, then physically assaulted me. What would you have done in my shoes? Stay with us. Yeah. Before we get to my run-in with the hate mongers, I'd like you to take a look at the latest pictures of unrest in Germany. Streets filled with flag-waving fascists, Jewish memorials desecrated, homes firebombed in the night. This is not 1938, this is 1992. German neo-Nazis, now numbering at least 40,000, have cut loose on a rampage against immigrants and Jews. Since late summer, these violent outbursts have become almost routine. The German government appears helpless and in disarray. In one humiliating incident, the president of Germany was pelted with eggs during an anti-Nazi rally in the capital, Berlin. When the wall went down in Berlin, most of the world rejoiced. Now some wonder, now some remember the terror that lurks in the shadows of German history. And some fanatics are even trying to plant the seeds of race war and violence in our own country. Now we return to Wisconsin. Now we return to my personal war. First, some facts about the man whose hatred of me and my roots drove him to distraction and violence. John McLaughlin is a member of the America First Committee. It's a neo-Nazi group whose real goal is a nation ethnically cleansed of blacks, Jews, Hispanics, gays, and other minorities. Back in 1990 in Illinois, McLaughlin was arrested, but never indicted after shooting a black man in the back of the leg during an altercation. His Nazi association was unknown then, so McLaughlin was able to convince a grand jury that it was all in self-defense. In Janesville, many of his cronies armed with tire irons or baseball bats, McLaughlin was looking for trouble. He led his thugs against neighbors opposed to their presence. Now he lay in wait for me.
I have no idea why he was arrested. I can't see what he did. We have no idea as yet.
Do you know your,
I'm not talking to you because you're part Jew and part Spick, and that doesn't really count. You're a piece of shit. Your welcome's about out. You better get out of here.
Or what?
For that.
Encumbered by police officers who pinned my arms, I was unable to stop McLaughlin from biting my thumb and scratching my face. On the other hand, I at least made him feel some discomfort. But for me, the biggest blow was still to fall.
You're going to go down to the ground. All right, easy. Don't nothing dramatic. Nothing's wrong. Just let go.
Bring him in the house.
Just let go. Come on. Thank you.
Bring him in the house.
Just let go, guys. Let go. Come on. Come on, just let go, you guys. Come on, man. Don't be stupid.
No.
Don't be stupid, man. You're gonna hurt my arm, man. Take it easy.
This is all a big mistake, I thought, but was too stunned to say aloud as the officers led me to a waiting patrol car. Sweat and blood dripping down my face, I was too shocked to even acknowledge the townspeople who were shouting, "Let Geraldo go." My plan to cover this unprecedented Heartland hate summit had gone terribly awry. I had become part of the story, and I was under arrest. McLaughlin was also arrested and charged with disorderly conduct. As far as that earlier arrest on Cherry Street, we later discovered his commander, America First Committee leader Art Jones, had been charged with battery.
Let Geraldo go. Let Geraldo go. Let Geraldo go. Let Geraldo go.
After I was taken away, the organizer of the anti-Klan rally, local civil rights leader James Yarborough, attempted and ultimately succeeded in convincing his followers to break up their demonstration.
Let's go. Let's go. That's enough. We made our point. Let's go. That's all. They're going to be here. They're going to be here.
Get rid of him.
They're going to be here. We're not going to get rid of them again. We're not going to get rid of them.
That's necessary, but no. Compromise. Don't
You can't do it all in a day. You can't win the battle in a day. You can't win the battle in a day. Let's go. Come on, let's go.
Let's return now to the Heartland Hate Summit, where I'd come to report a story, and instead found myself behind bars. My plan to cover this unprecedented Heartland Hate Summit of Ku Klux Klansmen, neo-Nazis, and skinheads had gone terribly awry. A professional nightmare had come true. I had become part of the story, and I was under arrest. I was charged with battery, a misdemeanor, and held in jail for 4 hours. Back at the rally, the white supremacists and the anti-Klan demonstrators remained at a standstill.
As long as there's Klansmen in this town, we have to drive them out. But we also have to go out and build in our communities and in our schools a bigger movement so that these kinds of confrontations happen and we outnumber them 5 to 1, 10 to 1, and 20 to 1.
Let's go back now. You done made your point.
No.
Yes. You're not going to gain anything here now.
Let them go.
Black and white, united white, since Nazis come. Black and white, united white, since Nazis come.
In an ironic twist, my brawl with the neo-Nazis seemed to drain most of the afternoon's most violent passions. Neither side wanted more violence, and both gradually dispersed, both claiming victory.
Well, let's get back a little bit.
We'll be back. 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 We'll be back.
We had 50 of our security people ready to fight. And that was, we showed willpower, and they left. We held the road. We kept our cars from getting vandalized. We kept the crowd at bay. I think it was expert control of our skinheads, security force, and our Klan security force that kept this thing from getting out of hand. They left. We're still here.
As the confrontation gradually diffused, it gave pause for reflection. What was truly in the minds of these white supremacists? What drove their hate? We asked for some answers.
I personally don't like the black people in general. There's some very good. I have had friends, but I don't want to live with them. I mean, I hate to say that. I know it maybe embarrasses them, but we have to say what needs to be said. We have to do what needs to be done. And in my opinion, we need to separate the races. We need to give the black people their own country. I mean, we should have sent them back to Africa a long time ago and maybe paid their way and sent them up again. But, well, it's getting very late now. But in my opinion, we have to do something like that because we are different people. We think and behave differently. They are people from the jungle and we are people from Europe. And there's nothing wrong with that.
The supremacists took up a collection to bail out their comrades.
You guys held your ground. We found out who was strong and who was weak.
Yeah.
We found out who was strong and who was weak.
Bail fund for damn sure.
2 or 3 now.
Let's get these boys back out here.
Rough times, but we appreciate it, guys.
The creators are always good for a few bucks.
I'm sorry.
Well, we're going to get a couple hundred here at least.
Well, hey, tell you what, find out how much the bail is.
And the rest are like out here.
Okay, thanks.
Back at the jail, my team did the same.
I've got 200. We need 3 more. More. All right, so 3, 4. All right, Bobby, all right, this makes 5. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. That's 5.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Just shut the window.
Okay, sure.
There you go.
Okay. See you. Roll it.
Watch it. Watch my back. Hey, boss.
Well, I've been arrested and charged with battery. I think it's ridiculous.
Personally subdued by the fact that events in Janesville had already gotten out of control, and that I was charged with a crime for doing what I still believe most others would have done in my place. I attempted to put the day's focus back on the event we had come to Janesville to cover, this extraordinary gathering of hate groups here in the heartland.
I'd rather not. I've been charged with battery, and I don't want to say anything silly right now. All I can say is I think I was arrested because I was on top. But, I'm sorry it came to this, that's all.
What are you going to do now?
Well, we have a news event to cover. We're going to go back to our job being reporters.
Indeed, my plan was to finish the story I'd come to Janesville to report. Ku Klux Klan leader Ken Peterson had organized one of the most effective hate summits in the last decade. My job was to find out how and why. It's been a long day. It's been about an hour and a half since my release from the county jail here in Rock County, Wisconsin. We've come back here to Ken Peterson's house. Peterson, of course, is the local host, KKK official who has convened what is an extraordinary gathering of hate groups from the area, from the region, indeed from around the country. Why they are all here together, why they have put aside their well-documented differences for this mutual meeting is something I intend to find out. Their plan is, now that darkness has fallen here in Janesville, to burn a cross, or light a cross, as the Klan members are fond of saying. It's kind of a distinction without a difference. So we'll go in, we'll take up the story where we were so rudely interrupted earlier. Ken, first of all, how did you get the various groups to put aside their well-documented differences all to come to your house on this day in Janesville, Wisconsin, of all places?
Well, this is a unity meeting, and this is what we're promoting throughout the country, is all organizations work together and not against each other.
What about the fact that the Nazis, for example, are irreligious or non-religious, and the Klan professes to be Christian, all that sort of stuff?
Well, it all comes down to white power. We're fighting for white people's rights, and we all have to band together and work together as a unit.
You don't have a feeling that you're involved in something that is promoting hatred and division and making violent incidents of the sort we saw just a bit earlier today inevitable?
Well, I'm sure there will be violent incidences. You see who the aggressors were. It was not our organization. It was, we've canceled 2 rallies in the city of Janesville to try to stem violence. This is our property here, and they came to us.
Do you have children?
Yes, I do.
And how old are they?
I have children ranging from the age of 10 to 19.
Do you want them to grow up to be racists?
Definitely so. Let me ask you, if you're white and racist, white and proud, are you a racist? Your audience will say yes. But if you're black, proud, and they will say that they're non-racist.
Isn't it a fact, Ken, that you or people associated with you shot up a black family's house not too long ago around here?
Definitely not. Our membership was fired upon. We've been fired upon out of the trees right up along the ridge here.
Who fired on the Towel home?
Excuse me?
Who fired on the Towel home?
I believe the Tolles home was fired on by himself or some of his allies to make the Klan look bad.
And there are witnesses to cars driving away. All that is, you believe, a manufactured effort?
It was not our organization, and I do believe it was a manufactured effort. Yes, I do.
That was Klan wizard Ken Peterson, the man who convened the Heartland Hate Summit. Wait until you hear his dramatic update on Monday's program. You know, we've all heard of the Old South's history of racial violence. We've seen how the poison has seeped into the Pacific Northwest, and in today's report, how hate has entered the Midwest. In a frightening new development, hate has also come here to the Northeast. Spearheading the drive in New York is Frank Birdsall. Frank is a businessman who hopes to open a chapter of the white Aryan nations in Newburgh. That's a city less than an hour's ride from New York City. Sitting alongside Mr. Birdsall is Dr. Lenora Fulani. She has spent most of her life working for civil rights. She is also the first African-American and the first woman presidential candidate to be on the ballot in every state. That was back in 1988. Dr. Fulani didn't do quite as well in 1992. You were only on the ballot in, what was it, 40 states?
Yes, we chose to be on the ballot in 40 and to challenge the ballot access laws in other parts of the country.
Okay, let me start, Mr. Birdsall, with you. Why is a Newburgh, New York businessman getting into the business of hate?
First of all, what I want to open, or what I want to try to start up there, is the Church of Jesus Christ Christian, not the white Aryan nations or whatever you say.
Don't you want to contact Reverend Richard Butler, the infamous white supremacist leader?
I do, and I did.
And didn't you convene an Aryan summit right in Newburgh?
Did I convene?
Over 100 members from at least 4 or 5 different groups, all on the FBI list of hate organizations, Frank?
Yes, sir, I did.
Okay, let's not kid around here.
I'm not kidding around.
You convened Klan members to a barbecue in your house. They have T-shirts with black people caricatures with red slashes through them, condemning the Jew media, everything. Come on, let's tell it like it is. If you're going to be a hater, at least admit it.
Well, I'm not a hater. I don't consider myself a hater.
You consider yourself a racist, sir?
No.
What do you consider yourself?
A free thinker. Let me start from the beginning. A friend of mine, William Huff, who's a Grand Dragon of the Ku Klux Klan in New York State, asked me if I would host a picnic at my house due to the fact he was running as a write-in candidate for the United States Senate. I said, certainly I will.
Dr. Fulani, are the organized hate groups of real concern? I mean, how do you feel about it? You have a broad view of this. What's your take on it?
Well, first of all, Geraldo, when you slugged the guy who hit you, I cheered. I was rooting for you because I think the people of this country need to stand up to these viciously racist groups. At the same time, I think we cannot ignore the fact that there are gentlemen in high places who help to breed the climate in which this kind of racist hate-mongering takes place.
To whom are you referring?
Well, I think about Ronald Reagan's 1980 campaign when he ran an explicit campaign that said, you know, I'm going to stand up for the white nation, which was an open invitation to the likes of white supremacists.
What's your worst nightmare, Mr. Birdsall? Isn't it I heard that your worst nightmare was that you would fall asleep on the bus and wake up in Harlem?
No. That's a good one, though. I like that one, but that's not mine. What
bone do you have to pick with black people? I guess that's what I want to know.
I don't have any bone to pick with black people, other than give me the same equal rights as far as my racial pride goes. Why can...
have you been discriminated against in life? Have you been disappointed in some way because you're a white man?
No, I haven't been disappointed in life. Life's been very good to me through hard work. But let me say this. Why can we have the United Negro College Fund and organizations like that or black policeman's benevolent. And if I say if a little voice in a storm says, white, bring in the white coats, take this man out, this man is a lunatic. I mean, we can't have that.
Would you let them burn a cross on your backyard?
Will I let them?
Next barbecue?
The Supreme Court said they could, so I probably would.
I'm going to let Frank hold up the display he has there.
Every year I have host foreign students from other countries. This is my family portrait, the racist with his black student from Antigua. Do you know why I took her on? Because she said she wanted to further her education. That's why. There's no payment for this, by the way. This I love. She used my bathroom. She slept in my house. A little while.
Did your Klansmen friends know that?
Yeah, this was hanging on the wall prominently. I'm not ashamed of my black daughter. Why is it that when a white man says something, he's a racist? You don't have to be a racist. I had a Jewish student from Portugal stay with me 1 year. He just left this past August. That's a racist? What is it, a smokescreen, maybe?
I don't know, Frank, but you are unusual in that you are a Newburgh, New York businessman who hosted a convention of Klansmen and white supremacists in your house. You're an unusual guy. If you said that they were there under mistaken identity, I don't know.
You don't even have to pay for it, all right?
Do we need music here?
Yeah. Well, by any means necessary, Malcolm X. Why can people wear that kind of shirt? And if I say a little voice, like I said, white. I respect the black man pushing the soda bottles. Okay. I got the highest respect for
Frank Birdsall, good luck in your home in Newburgh, New York. Professor Filani, thank you. We'll see you, I guess, running for president again in '96. Good luck. We return to our Heartland Hate Summit in a moment. Stay tuned.
Monday on Geraldo.
It's the final showdown. You saw Geraldo take on the KKK. You've seen neo-Nazis take on Europe. You've never seen anything like this. The KKK meets its worst nightmare. An enemy they never thought they had. And friends you'd never imagined. It's the Klan against former members.
It's on Geraldo.
Just missed him.
If you can bluff, you can play Balderdash. Balderdash, the hilarious bluffing game of wacky words and phony definitions.
Speak Up America, we want to hear your comments and show ideas. Give us a call at 1-900-SPEAK-UP. Let us know what you're thinking. We'll record your message to play in a future broadcast. We may even call you to be a guest on a show. So call 1-900-SPEAK-UP. Don't forget, the call costs $1. We'll be right back.
At 5:30 on the station you turn to when you really need to know.
No matter where you were today or what you were doing, snow was the story of the day.
It affects all of us when it falls like it did today. Most stations, you tune in, you'll find out how much snow fell and see a couple of accidents. We're going to try to do something a little different today at 5:30. We're going to take little snapshots of what was happening as the storm dumped on us and just see what was going on.
The complete snow story.
Today on the KTVX Channel 4 News at 5:30.
Just twice a year, Morgan Jewelers has a very special sales extravaganza, and it's this Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Every ring at Morgan Jewelers is at least 50% off. Many reduced up to 70%. This isn't a collection of rings no one wanted. Oh, no. This is Morgan Jewelers' entire collection of the finest diamond rings, bridal sets, ruby and emerald rings, men's rings, on sale Thursday, Friday, and Saturday only for at least 50% off, with many rings up to 70% off. Remember, Morgan knows diamonds. Don't be sorry Sunday. Visit a Morgan Jewelers near you today.
Hi, I'm Steve Brown with Allied. You know, for more than 48 years, Utah shoppers have enjoyed the advantages that Allied has offered, and now we'd like to introduce you to our newest, Allied Advantage. This is our new West Valley store, and during our grand opening, we're throwing a carnival extravaganza for the whole family. These grand opening prices in effect at all Allied locations. This 12-inch cast iron Dutch oven, $21.99. This digital coffee maker, $18.99. Join us at our grand opening at 3934 West, 3500 South.
Weinstock's two-day sale is bursting with savings. Save 20 to 50% store-wide. Save 50% on women's turtlenecks and junior V-neck T-shirts. Save 25 to 50% on women's casual shoes and booties. Save 40% on all handmade quilts and 50% on flannel sheets. Save 30% on all little girls' holiday dresses. Save 40% on men's jock sets. And great leather and vinyl handbags are 40% off. Shop Friday and Saturday, 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. The two-day sale at Weinstock's.
To anyone who has followed our reports on hate groups over the years, Doug Seymour is a familiar face. He was an undercover infiltrator of various Klan groups out, particularly on the West Coast. He risked his life many times. He's been at war with these groups for many, many years. It's a testament to his courage that he persists in this battle. Doug, first of all, what is the significance of this gathering? People ask me why we are here, why this is news. Why don't you explain? What's the significance?
Well, I would say that perhaps this is the most significant movement that we've seen within the attempts to bring together and cohese wide wildcat-type factions of the Klan, and probably one of the most successful that I've seen since perhaps 1983, Cagle Canyon, Los Angeles, California.
Where shootings and bank robberies and everything else were carried out.
Well, as a result of that cross-burning in Cagle Canyon, Allenberg was assassinated. The $4.1 million, I believe, was stolen from armored car robberies, and not to speak of State Trooper Linger and other people that were killed in the fallout from that.
Can this be characterized, or certainly the event earlier today before many of these hate group members left, can this be characterized as a summit meeting of hate groups?
No question. This was a summit meeting and probably one of the most successful, like I say, since maybe almost a decade. You now have a national leader. Over the last few years, the national leaders of the Imperial Wizards have fallen: David Duke, Bill Wilkerson, Tom Metzger. This is a Tom Metzger sanctioned ordination, and what we now have is another young, fresh start Imperial Wizard for the United States, and it spells an awful lot of trouble for the state of Wisconsin, the people of Janesville. It's just the beginning.
Tell us the groups who are or have been represented here today.
Well, I came up and Mr. Peterson has confirmed for me that they had 13 separate Klan factions. I concur with that. It had representation from 11 states. The significance of that is that nobody but perhaps Metzger has been able to accomplish that in the last 10 years.
You think Metzger's the puppet master behind this?
Well, there isn't any question. Metzger sanctioned this. Dennis Mahon was here, which is his organizer, and has left. And it would take somebody like him to grant this type of power.
In your opinion, does a summit meeting like this, 13 factions, 11 states, does this, for the rest of us, signify, an explosion in hate crimes? Will what we see here today, will the end result, the bottom line, be more hate crimes?
No question. The resurgence of the white supremacy movement has taken its recruitment to the Midwest, where we have a lot of people that are unemployed. It's a recessionary time. We have McGee, who that they firmly believe in Milwaukee will fulfill his prophecy that if he is not elected to office, he will declare war. They're well armed. They know that. This is by far much more militant type group than we've seen with, say, Tom Robb, which is a typical Christian identity type movement. All Klan, but definitely much more violent prone.
So we should be alarmed that they've put their differences aside.
Yes, I think it's significant, and I think that the nation should take a look, especially the Midwest and the state of Wisconsin. The recruitment already has begun in 5 cities in the state of Wisconsin alone.
In good old liberal Wisconsin.
Good old liberal Wisconsin. God's country's in trouble.
We'll be right back. Thanks, Tom.
The Heartland Hate Summit continues. Stay tuned.
If you need money for any reason, up to $750, Quick Loan is here to make sure you have it quick and easy. Quick Loan understands your credit needs. Credit problems are a symptom of the way we live. So if you need money fast or just want to establish your credit, call Quick Loan today.
For a no-hassle consultation or to apply for a loan, call Quick Loan at 485-8181.
Give yourself the credit you deserve.
Quick Loan, when you need it fast, you know where to go. Quick Loan.
Just twice a year, every ring at Morgan Jewelers is priced on sale at least 50% off, many up to 70% off. It happens.
Transcripts, please send $5 to Geraldo Transcripts, care of Burrell's, P.O. Box 7, Livingston, New Jersey, 07039. Or call 1-800-777-TEXT. Promotional fees have been provided by
the Remington microscreen shapes.
From 11 different states, members of 13 different hate groups gathered to carry out perhaps the most hated symbolic act still allowed in our country, the burning of the cross. The significance of these groups coming together is something we won't know for a while. It's certainly something that we will continue to follow. We won't be frightened away by these bully boys with their narrow-minded bigotry and racism. But these events today have been alarming. There's no doubt about that. See you next time. Thank you for watching.
On Sunday, August 30th, Rock County District Attorney Perry Foltz dropped all charges against Geraldo Rivera. He said it was privileged self-defense. Having reviewed the videotapes, Foltz said John McLaughlin kicked, hit, and threw a drink on Geraldo before he responded. Foltz said, quote, the other individual that was arrested was in fact the aggressor. Charges against McLaughlin are still pending.
Dismissed.
I'm Kimberly Perkins. How can you tell if your child is being molested by someone you might trust? That story and more tonight on the KTVX News at 5:30.
People to study and understand the true law, and that all people can have rights, instead of letting the so-called federal government step on us the way they are and make us into slaves, bondage. The white race has been in bondage several times, all the way from Babylon up to now, in and out, because we are disobedient. We don't obey the law, the true law.